Oh, yo, what's up, y'all? Start this one off. Just a little breath. Okay? So take deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Just while I'm talking, just be present. I mean, if you're doing something on your phone other than being present in this conversation, then that's probably part of the problem. It's probably why this video found you. So let's be real, I do it too. Sometimes I'll open up YouTube, I'll be watching a video. Next thing I know, I'm watching a video in the background while I'm checking my emails, and then I go off to Google. I'm checking other things. I'm looking at text messages. My focus is everywhere. It's going absolutely everywhere. And then we wonder why in our lives we can't seem to manifest the things that we want. Now, I've talked about manifestation a bit before, but in this one I want to be very, very clear that absolutely everything in your life is manifested. It is created. And where your attention goes, where your energy flows, is what is created. It is what is experienced. Because that is your perspective. That is your belief system. You see, we, every single day, it's a new day, but we start that day off based off of who we were the prior day. For most of us. Delicious coffee. We create this identity. We create this identity typically from the ego, which the ego is not a bad thing. It's actually quite good when we integrate it in, because that leads us to having desires. Desires, not a bad thing, but they can lead us astray. Sometimes we focus so much on the desire and the non-presence of it that it creates a lower vibration for us, a vibration of lack. And when we're in lack, we attract more negative situations to us because it's a low vibration itself. You are a vibratory creature. I'm a vibratory creature. We're both the same person. If your soul found me, it's because I found you. We're interchangeable. We're all just energy, and at the highest levels of things, we all connect back into source. So when you're looking for something out in the world, when you put your focus on something that you want to attract, something that you want to become, something that you want to be, you'll notice that things start to shift in order to guide you to that. You'll notice small conversations from now on, I want you to key in on this, where you hear a book title like 3 times in the same week. You hear of a specific location multiple times in the same week or in a span of a couple days. The time doesn't really matter. It's that you keep having this conscious thought outside of yourself keep coming in to do something new, to go somewhere new. And that's sort of how Source, God, the universe, guides us. They give us these small little synchronicities to push us towards our highest timeline. And a lot of times we ignore them. And the reason we ignore them is the reason I'm making this video. It's because of our fucking focus. It really is. We have so many distractions in today's world, but we also have more blessings. We have more curses and we have more blessings than ever before. Because with the phone, you have access to such amazing technology. Think about the internet in general. Think about AI in general. That is one of the best resources ever for creation. But it also is one of the worst resources because you can outsource all of your conscious thoughts and thinking to it. So you no longer are the creator of your reality. You are outsourcing that to some other power, which a lot of us do. And this is why you'll see me harp a lot about the news. I don't hate the news just because it's really negative. That's not the main reason. I hate it because the entire time that you are watching something like that, you are not thinking your own thoughts. Unless you can genuinely watch it with full discernment and not be subjected on a subconscious level to the fear programming, which does happen. There's a lot of it in there. They bake it in. So it's very hard to actually sit and have your focus, have your consciousness like a sharp blade pointed in the direction that you want your life to go. When I say focus, I'm talking about the journaling in the morning. I'm talking about the intention that you set for the day. I'm talking about the intention that you set in the present moment with every breath for what you are doing. Are you actually conscious of what you are doing? Every single decision. And who is the one making those decisions? Are you making them out of the ego mind, the lower mind, the lizard brain, where shit, you're going to take the easy way out. You're going to go back to the comfort zone. You're going to go back to the easy zone. You're going to go back to where there isn't any struggle. And when I'm saying struggle, I'm not talking about struggle that comes from outside sources that are not of your creation, I guess. You create everything, all right? But like negative entities coming into your life, like arguments and all that type of bullshit. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the struggle that comes along with productivity. Because when you first start stepping into your creator mode, when you first start stepping into that version of yourself, the highest timeline, where you are consciously creating your reality, it will seem like a struggle at first because you have to turn your brain on. You have to actually be conscious. Wow. Ooh. Which is why we get so addicted to the things like the video games and the Netflix. Not saying those things are always bad. They're not. Everything is completely fine within moderation, and as long as you understand the purpose of it, you can lovingly watch a TV show. You can lovingly hang out with friends and play a video game. But if you only fill your time with those things to escape from the present reality of your situation, then you are going to stay trapped in that situation forever. That cycle will just keep on fucking repeating over and over and over again until it gets so uncomfortable that it warrants change, that it incites a movement, a violent movement of energy from you to finally change that circumstance. If that's what it's going to take. I think one of the worst fucking lives that you can have, this will be maybe a little controversial here, is to be average. It really is. Because when you're average, you are comfortable. Because you are right in the middle. You're right where you're supposed to be. Right? If you listen to everybody else, you're right where you're supposed to be. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with wherever you are right now. By the way, you beautiful soul on the other side of that camera, I see you. I see you. There's nothing wrong with where you are. All I'm asking is try and back your lens up a little bit. Go into observer mode and back out of your life, out of your ego, out of your body, and view your life up until now. And stop being so negative about the things that you have perceived as negative, that you have perceived as downfalls, that you have perceived as punishments. Because I guarantee with 100% certainty, as I am told by the Father, that these things are all blessings. Every single one, without fail. Because when you zoom out, you start to learn. You start to change. You see, when something good happens, It's like a hurrah, yay, good, awesome. It's so loving, it's so joyous. It's a good time. But is it going to make you change? Is it going to make you grow? When you're on the right path, yes, there is growth. Obviously, you're going to do more, but the struggles along the way are what make you grow, are what make you expand, are what make you look at your prior life and all the chains and the boxes that have surrounded you. And you start to realize, hey, I have desires of mine that are outside of this box all around here. So I cannot stay within this box. And it is going to be an unknown journey. But that is the entire point. To find bliss in the unknown. Because genuinely speaking, you are not fearful of what is unknown. You are more so fearful of what is known ending. Because we have an attachment to control. We want to control. Our ego wants to control. That's why we have those thoughts that come into our head that says, oh yeah, no. Just go watch the TV show. All right? It's okay. You don't have to do anything. Just go play the video game. All right? Oh no, you can always pick it back up tomorrow. Just eat the Twinkie. Just eat the ho-ho. Just have the ice cream. That's comfort. That's the ego. That is the control. It always seeps back in. And it always tries to take you off from the new cycle you were trying to implement. Because everything in life is a cycle. Time does not exist. It does not exist. If you want an example of why it does not exist, have you ever been to the past? Have you ever been to the future? No? Okay. Then how does it exist? It exists within the present moment. That's it. That's it. But it is an old you. It is an old identity. It is an old subset of rules that you have allowed to create your reality. That does not mean that it has to exist into the future. It does not have to permeate your reality forever. Things can change. So we need to stop going back to the past. We need to stop ruminating on the past in the present moment and instead breathe into the present moment. Claim our power. Take our energy back. Become present. Become the creator. Take back your attention. Take back your focus. Because where your focus goes, energy flows. And that's how we manifest things. All a manifestation is, because there is nothing new. What they mean in the Bible when they say that, where there's nothing new under the sun, is in life, all things have already been done on a higher plane of existence. If there is an invention that you see, if there is a piece of clothing that you want, if there is a beautiful car, a beautiful painting, all of those things are not random. There was a thought before it was a thing. Thoughts become things. And the amount of time it takes for a thought to become a thing is greatly shortened based off the emotional quality attached to that thought and the vigor in your heart to make it become a thing. Because that's what really drives action. You don't want to just work to work. You want to have divine action because you are pushed, because you are drawn to do it, because that is what the present highest timeline version of yourself is doing. So I want you guys to just become more conscious. Start backing yourself up. Let's do a little bit of shadow work. I haven't brought that word up yet on this video. I love the car chats, by the way, because I have no idea where I'm going. I have no idea. I don't know where we're going to go. We are on an adventure together. And I can just flip-flop around. And at the end of the day, it's all for the benefit of humanity. It's for my benefit too. I get to think through thoughts. I love it. It's so much fun. And then you get to put it online. other people get to comment, I get more in tune. Actually, when you guys leave me good comments, I get more in tune with your energies. So when I see a lot of good comments about certain topics that people want me to discuss, then when I go into meditation, when I go out on my walks, when I become fully present with the breath, the intuitive downloads I receive are going to be more so related to the energies of the people that I am connected to, so I can assist them. So I really appreciate when you guys comment. But back to the main video, shadow work. So when you go into observer mode, when you back yourself out and you start to look at your life up until now, you'll start to notice that maybe when you lost that job, maybe when you had that nasty breakup, there was a underlying root cause issue or reason for it. There was an energy that was off that then manifested into that experience that you sort of have looked at as being a bad thing. And within that, there is growth. That is the expansion of the self. That is the multiplication of the self. You are always changing. You are always growing. And within every single present moment, you have an opportunity to choose. I like to call it Christ consciousness. I like the idea of cosmic Jesus, where he is an ever-present consciousness that there is no time and space to. It is just the right thought. It is the right action of God in the flesh, which is what we are. I like to view us as mini gods, but you get more power when you act in accordance with your highest ideal, which is out of your control, by the way. There is a blueprint for it, and that is outside of this place, outside of this realm. But you can access it by being present, by sitting with God, by listening to your intuition. And when you step more into that alignment, your life gets better. When you are out of alignment, you start to notice that's when things fall apart. That doesn't mean that you should react. All I'm asking from this video is that you become conscious of reactions and choose to respond. And anytime you see something in your life that you don't like, it is not a negative. It is not a negative at all. It is a blessing, because now you are conscious of something that you do not like. You are conscious of a cycle that has held you to your old identity, and now you can consciously change it. You can consciously breathe into it to create something new. You can bring it up to the Father. You can ask him, ask her, ask it, whatever the fuck you feel comfortable calling it. You can ask and say, hey, I'm not really too sure about this habit that I have. Is this good for me? And key in on how you feel in the body. Breathe into it as you ask the question. Do you feel heavier? Or do you feel lighter? Do you feel freer? Or do you feel like that's just an extra bar in the prison that you have created for yourself? Because that's what our habits are. That's what our thought processes are. We construct our own prisons. And all I'm asking for is for you guys to become conscious of the fact that you may be in a prison of your own construction, and that you can dismantle it bar by bar. Every time a self-limiting belief comes into your mind, comes into your consciousness, it is your duty to change it. It is your duty to change it. Otherwise, you can't fucking complain. I did this for years. I used to bitch and moan. I'd be like, man, I don't like my reality. Oh, life is so hard. Yeah, it's hard because I refused to change. I kept doing the same fucking stupid bullshit, expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. No, the reason you get the same result is so that you can fucking learn. And then you change, and then you grow, and then you get more into alignment because you're going through the journey. That is why bad things are good things. That is why good things are great things. There is no such thing as a bad time here. Because anytime you have a bad time, that is an opportunity to seek inward for a better choice, to reach a better outcome, to expand and to grow. That's it. And every single present moment when you breathe, you can choose Christ consciousness, which is your highest alignment. You can choose to walk the path that is the slim and narrow, but will lead to your greatest success, your greatest happiness, your highest soul's expansion. Or you can choose to stay within comfort, which will just give you more of the same. If your life is not something that you want to be living right now, then you have to make changes to it. And the best way to start making changes is to look at the things that you don't like and ask yourself, what can I change in that situation to experience it in a different light so that the emotional quality that I feel from the experience itself is a higher vibrational one in which I will attract more bliss, more love, more joy, more abundance into my life. Because that's all this is. We are playing a game with the law of attraction. The energy that you give with your heart center, that emotional energy, is the quality of the experiences you receive back. So if you can imagine, you go through every present moment. The past doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist. Every day is brand new. Every day, if you do not change, will be the exact fucking same. It will recycle people, places, and things, but it will be the exact same emotional quality as you have experienced and you have accepted prior. Okay? That is the subjugation that we have put onto ourselves. Is that if you decide to experience something from a lower vibration, you are going to keep experiencing it. Because that is you consciously agreeing with it, and then that goes into the subconscious and it spits it out, manifests it into your reality. So every single day, go through the day fully conscious, fully breathing, fully present, and if there's something that you don't like, change it. Do not react to it. Don't react to it in a negative way. Respond to it. Take a breath. Realize that we are playing a game here, all right? We are in the Matrix, and your life can get better very quickly. But the way to actually make it better is to slow down, breathe. Anytime something negative happens, learn from it and choose a different response. Respond to it differently than you would prior. When you respond to it differently, it is going to have a different emotion attached to it. Because if, let's say, somebody gets angry at you, they get mad at you, they call you a name, you could react and get mad at them back. Or you could stop, wait, understand that they are just projecting their own inner hatred that they have towards themselves, their own inner lack of self-love for themselves towards you, and you can meet them with love. And so now you just took a cycle, a present moment cycle that you had before that was attracting hatred into your life, that was attracting judgment into your life, and you changed it to love. So now more present moments, as you do this more and more, are going to be filled with the emotional quality that you have chosen. All right? It's all I want you guys to be conscious of. You control your reality with your emotions and with your responses. Stop reacting to negativity and instead raise those negative emotions up higher. And the best place to start with those is right above pride. You can look up a vibrational analysis chart. Just type it into Google. It will bring up all the different vibrations, okay? One of the ones to bring it to is understanding, okay? And willingness. because you have to have a willingness within your heart to change. And then once you have a willingness, then you are able to actually hear something new. You're actually able to allow new intuition in. And when you allow this new intuition in, then that leads to understanding. And once you understand things, then you can act from love. Then you can act from joy. You can act from bliss. All right? So change your lives, change your thoughts, be more conscious with your focus on your dreams, and anything that is negative, anything you do not like, change it, transmute it, bring it up, bring it to the Father, and choose to react in a new way, a more beneficial way. All right, guys? Love you all. Say hi to Mr. Pupper real quick. Hey! I will catch you in the next one. Namaste.